Right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. First of all, I've got Ant on today.
Hello.
Proud owner of Boltstorm Wargaming and Leak. A very close friend of mine and all-round top gent.
Thank you very much, sir.
All-round World Eaters Chaos player.
Blood for the blood god.
Now, what I like to do is when we first get new people onto the podcast, I've got 10 quick questions. Now, we did it with Andy, and his were interesting. So I've got some questions here, Ant, and I'd like to go through them. No hesitation. Quick questions. Quick fire. You ready? Favourite model of all time?
Favourite model? Orgal Tall from Forge World.
Huh? I've never seen that. Well, I'll have to have a look. What gadget couldn't you live without?
Tape measure.
Yeah. You know what? When I think of gadgets, I'm like, laser pointers, like tools. Fair one. Square or rounded dice?
I like them both, but yeah. I've gone more squared.
Yeah, everybody's the same. Favourite Astartes or heretic Astartes?
World Eaters.
Yeah, fairs. Which god of chaos?
God.
Fairs. Which weapon would you choose to wield in the 40k set?
Chain axe, baby.
Yeah.
Chain
axe. That's so cool. Faction you hate the most?
Ooh, probably. It's close between Ultramarines and Emperor's Children. So I would say Emperor's Children.
Ooh, nobody said Tau yet, which just boggles my mind.
Yeah, Tau pretty cool. I quite like that.
I don't know. Who would your favourite champion be?
Favourite champion? Again.
Like if you picked it like an arena style setting, you had to pick one character or one. It doesn't have to be model or like character in general. 40k, who would it be?
Oh, that's got to be Con the Betrayer, hasn't it?
Yeah, fairs. Which rule or ability would you remove from the game?
Fights first.
You know what? I would as well. I absolutely would as well. One army to play forever.
World Eaters.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I don't know why I even asked you. I sort of knew. Cheers for that, and hopefully some of the guys at home will obviously play along and answer themselves. We had some good feedback on that.
People it's good, mate. I love it.
It just sort of eases into the episode. So, obviously, today we're talking about the new release of the World Eaters. Now, we've got the World Eaters Codex in front of us. We've got some topics, and hopefully we cover everything we want to cover without rambling too much. Before we open the Codex, Ant, what are your first thoughts?
Well, I suppose you get caught up in all the negativity of everyone online when all the leaks happened.
Because everybody was doom and gloom. Facebook was doom and gloom.
Advance charge. Dear.
Yeah, feel no pain. Advance charges. God, the army's terrible.
Yeah.
I think it's not as bad as people are making it.
No, it's not, mate. I think it's better because we've got a lot more variety of play. Units that weren't even like looked at in the index now have a place in the army, and you can do some janky stuff with them. Halbrutes being one of them.
Well, I said this to Ant before we started filming. I've got a game tonight against Andy, who's playing Death Guard, and I've put 2 Halbrutes in the lists just because I used to play Blood Angels, and when Blood Angels, the old dreadnoughts were a thing, they could do the 6-inch consolidated piling and then fight again, which is now just World Eaters things.
Well, we had it in the index, but nobody used it because you didn't have the 6-inch.
You couldn't have the 6-inch consolidating piling, so it was just like it just offers them up so much because before you know it, that's just playing ping pong in your
movement 9 as well is just crazy.
Yeah, the only thing, they're still hard to shift, aren't they? Like to move around the board and terrain.
Yeah, and they do get picked up pretty easy if you allow them to.
Well, the 2-up save's nice, isn't it? But like I say, they do get picked up because they're only 8 wounds, aren't they?
Yeah, only
T9.
Yeah.
So it's like you dedicate, let's say a Predator picks it up, doesn't it? Yeah, a Predator just picks it up. But yeah, we get lost in the negativity and all the hate sometimes, don't we? But actually getting the Codex here in front of us, I don't think. Well, it's not bad,
fun.
Is it?
It's fun.
Yeah,
great.
What? So first of all, let's talk about the Mo, the Master of Executions.
So I'm actually going to have a controversial opinion about the Mo. I don't think he's as bad as people let on.
Let's have a look at his data sheet. Like I said, we've both got codexes here.
The problem is everybody's focusing on
him losing fights first. So let's get it clear. People who haven't seen it or in the know, he's lost fights first, which was the only guaranteed thing in most most World Eaters armies want to fight first with 10 Berserkers or 5 Berserkers was like a staple.
Yeah. And to be fair, he's still got his reroll hits and wounds against characters.
Oh yeah, of course he has. Oh, and you get a CP if he kills
Yeah.
one.
And he's 60 points. Like he's
Yeah,
lost 50 points worth of what?
Well, how much was he before?
110.
Was he?
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, what else does he do? So he lets you re-roll.
He didn't lose the purpose strength.
Yeah, so all of his attacks are still the same.
Yeah.
All of his strength, AP, damage is all the same. But his new rulers, now you can re-roll advanced rolls and
Blood Surge
moves. Oh, okay, so still again he's made, well, obviously he's made to go with Berserkers anyway.
Yeah, well, what you've got to look at him now is his extra muscle for your Berserkers and a cheap unit to stick an enhancement on.
Yeah, for all the detachments. Yeah. Sometimes you need that, don't you? Whereas before...
Sometimes you're left with 80 points, and if you've already got 3 spawn in, for example, you just stick him in with Favour of Corn, and there you go.
Oh, you've got your 80 points back, haven't you? Yeah, fairs. I mean, and even still in the Berserk Warband, you put the extra damage on him, and he's still one of the most hard-hitting things, isn't he?
Well, he actually hits harder than he used to.
Right.
Sit the glaive on him, because you're getting +2 strength now, and he didn't get...
Oh, no way. Strength 9 now on the
chart. He's still hitting for flat 3.
So basically, all we're looking at here is, without the fights first, are just a faster Judicar, basically.
Yeah.
That's all we're looking at, aren't we? Because it's exactly the same stats.
Yeah. Just better than people probably think. And I think when people start running him again...
Yeah. Because nobody's really played them yet, because the codex isn't out, are they? No. Only the elite few will have access to these, and without actually I mean, GW said it the other week, didn't they, about like how they released more DACA, and it was one of them as well on Facebook as well. I've seen some of the top players, the Necron players, for instance, saying, do you know when the Star Shatter was released?
Yeah.
How on paper it was going to be unbelievable, it was going to be the best thing ever, and Necrons are pretty busted anyway, but to have a detachment where they think it's even more busted, when actually, when it was played, it was not as good as everybody made out.
Didn't perform as well
and
as thought.
Then when GW released more DACA, and then everything got sustained too, because they didn't realise, because on paper it isn't that much of a bad thing.
No,
and then turns out it was like an 80% win rate. I think it's going to be a similar thing with this. I mean, everybody's got their own ways of exploiting the codex, and just having some sort of jank with here and there. But like I say, I totally agree, mate. I think he should get an invul. I think they've been a bit tight, but
for 60 points, doesn't feel so bad.
Yeah, I suppose. But then when he was 110, you might have thought he deserved a bit of an invul.
But in I'd say the best detachment for him is the Gore Track Onslaught, because you can give him fights first.
Oh, with an announcement?
I think it was on that one.
I think you're right.
Yes, there we go. Infernal Infusion.
Is it once per game?
Once per game, but
to be honest, fight first comes up once or twice in the game, doesn't it?
And a good player
doesn't let you do it anyway.
Yeah,
a good player won't let you. Yeah, a good player won't let you do the fights first, regardless.
Exactly.
So
he's not really. In fact, I would say got a bit of a side grade / buff, because if you're in tournament setting, people know about the Mo and fight first. They're not just going to go charging in with their best unit, because they'll lose it. And the fact that he's gone up in strength really on the charge, just makes him better, especially for 60 points.
And he's still got devastating and precision, which doubles up, and you get a CP for killing a character. And when you're re-rolling everything against him, that's pretty good, actually.
It's stronger than people
initially thought. But then, so people, I bet one dude parked him and said, he's lost fight first, and then everybody jumps on, don't they? It's such a sheep thing.
As we've said in the group before, it's moaning about GW as a hobby in itself.
yeah. While we're on this page, actually, I'd like to mention the Demon Prince, because we've seen with the Emperor's Children especially, and now these, Demon Princes have had a bit of a glow up, haven't they?
Oh yeah, they're very, very good. They're a staple. I still think they're a little bit pricey in this deck for 200.
I've got him in tonight. What you were theorying at me the other day, where you put the Berserker glaive on him, and this dude now runs in at 17 attacks, strength 8, AP 1, but can go up to AP 2 with a strat.
And then he's
2 damage.
He'll have 18 on the charge.
Ah.
Because he'll get +1 for the glaive.
Does he get? I don't think he gets anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't get any strength, does he?
+1 attack, +1 damage.
So 18 attack, strength 8, AP 1, probably going up to AP 2, 2 damage.
Angron's old sweep.
Oh, yeah. We'll go into Angron in a minute. Let's not jump the gun. And then his big attack will be what? 10 attacks on the charge, strength 10, AP 2 up to 3, maybe damage 4 with dev wounds.
Yeah.
He's had a massive glow up.
Yeah, and the free strat is just outstanding.
I mean, I've been looking at the Emperor's Children, and they've got an announcement where you can get a character back up on a 2+. So you stick them on a Demon Prince.
Which is a leadership check.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it might be all leadership.
So it's a little bit harder.
But it's still, it's a 6, and it's statistically you make it. But I like to see the Demon Prince, because I've got 3 Demon Princes, and I picked 2 more up at the weekend. So I just like seeing them.
I played them last night, and they were a thorn in my side last night. I just couldn't kill them. He just kept saving his invulnerables. I had
2-up's nice. 2-up's really nice. Did he have the get back up?
Yeah.
Fairs.
I couldn't kill him. He used it. I think it was in turn 4. I think he ended up using it and got back up.
It's already. To be fair,
just a pain when the -1 damage as well.
They are 100%. Yeah. Well, they've added the RTT last weekend, haven't they? And Emperor's Children have really done well because you've got
60% win rate.
Well, they've got infiltrate, advance and charge, and all of the normal dudes are precision.
It's like playing against all index world eaters because they're advance and charge.
Yeah,
you get it in the first turn. You got 5 infractors into my screening jackals and just picked them up, 5 of them. Just picked 10 up. I know they're only jackals, but
still, yeah.
It's just like they were there first turn, so you've got to respect the speed of the Emperor's Children now.
Well, they move 7 now, don't they?
Yeah.
So statistically, with an advanced roll, you're moving 10 or 11.
Your threat range is, 25 inches?
That's not if they're jumping out of rhinos and stuff as well, isn't it? The noise
get scout as well on the rhino.
Oh, for an announcement, that is?
No, so it's just the Lord jumping in the bandwagon.
What?
Because the Lord gives, if you put...
he gives them with infantry, he gives them scout, don't he?
Infractors have scout. So, sorry, they have a 31-inch threat range.
Yeah, because they have scout.
Then obviously sticks the Lord in, he gains the ability with them, a bit like the Slaughterbound, which we'll get to in a bit. And then because he's gone into dedicated transport, they then get the ability.
Yeah, because dedicated transport.
I think it's like Scout. Is it Scout 6 or Scout 9?
Yeah, it's Scout 6. I'm sure there's an announcement put on Scout 9 in the Gore track one. I think. But let's not talk about them.
No,
the pink dudes for a bit. Let's focus on matter at hand. While you're on the Slaughterbound, let's go into him.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about model-wise. What do we think about his model? Because once again, we've been hit with the negativity online of everyone being like, he's a possessed 8-bound. That's all he is.
That's what he is. To be fair. But
everybody just loves to.
I kind of wish he was a bit bigger.
Yeah, the model's a bit puny. I keep thinking, every time I think about him, the Hulk meme?
Yeah.
Puny human.
But he's... I like the model. Especially
he's a cool model.
The build where you stick the corn symbol over his head because it reminds me of old Red Butchers.
Ah.
When they had the corn.
You got that built, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've seen that, actually. What do we think to... Oh, I didn't know that. He blows up.
Yeah.
No way.
One thing I do keep forgetting on him, though, which
is resurrecting the dudes, don't you? Yeah, you said to me last week. It's so good. It's so good because you're resurrecting a 50 points or a 50.
Yeah,
is it like 50? Oh, sound every turn, which through the game can be a full unit.
It's great because everyone was a bit gutted about 8-bound in general being sort of nerfed. They're not. You get them into combat and they will mulch. I would say 90 with the Slaughterbound there. 90%.
Well, he gets
anything in the game.
He gets the the Captain of Rights ability, the Battle of Rights ability, which is the +3 attacks and devastating wounds once at the start of the fight phase.
He's got old birthday.
Yeah, his birthday treat. But that's what the captains have, don't they, for the Space Marines? So I don't think it's too much. So what on the charge is 10 attacks?
So on the charge...
sorry, I'm just assuming that we're running...
on the charge, you've got, without the glaive on...
Obviously, we're talking from Berserk Warband, aren't we, as well?
Yes, yeah.
Because obviously there is... How many detachments are in this book?
There's 5, but there's 6 because of vessels is still in effect.
Because the Grotmus detachment.
Yeah, because you've got the Berserk Warband, which is your index sort of detachment, and obviously the beginner-friendly one that everybody's going to get into quite easily.
It's pretty strong, isn't it?
I'd say it's probably the strongest in the decks. I think it's better than the index. I know some people may not think so, but when you start playing it, it's
because you've obviously had test games with this, haven't you?
I've had quite a few reps in this now, and it's just very, very.
Are
good.
you missing the +2 move, advance, and charge? Well, obviously, it's not nice to get rid of.
I mean, the +2 doesn't matter because most of the data sheets
it's gone up 2 anyway. Yeah.
So you've always got that activated. Really, at the end of the day, you've essentially got 3 blessings activated every turn because it's into movement.
You're getting it.
But talking of blessings, core, the army rule is, I think, is better.
So
the feel no pain hurts.
Yeah, because I've always said this, especially because even though I haven't always played World Eaters, I've always had them because it's my, hobby army, and I've always said that when I've played them, they just glass cannons. They'll just go in, hit mega hard, and then just sort of just get picked up.
I'd say more so now.
Yeah, well, you should imagine so, because the 8-bound hasn't even got an innate feel no pain, has it, anymore?
No, they've taken all that off them.
The Jackal still have a feel no pain?
No, but they did up them in toughness, so kind of like when a
Does
Marine...
it?
Yeah, well,
T3 is always
you think
terrible,
when a Marine comes into you, you're thinking, oh, you're going to be on 3s, and then you think,
oh, no, 4s.
4s now.
It's the same with Poxwalkers and the Death Guard codex,
they survive.
Yeah, they do survive. So, first of all, obviously, there's 6 rolls. You get reroll charges, which, to be honest, if all else goes wrong, you need reroll charges sometimes.
Okay.
It's situational. Now, the one I've been liking, which is the inspiration for my list today, which I'm running 2 Halbrutes, is the 6-inch pile-in and consolidate.
Yeah.
That is so good, because it, once again, negates the movement you've lost through the +2 and advance and charge.
The problem is now, and I know there's restrictions on getting into combat to, if you roll so much, you have to base if you can. But now it opens up to the old way of fighting where you can just slingshot around.
Yeah. Well,
Games Workshop famously hate.
Yeah, so do you know Aidan, who runs the Disgustingly Resilient podcast?
Yeah.
When he was running Flyblown the other month, he was like, the only strat in the Flyblown detachment I was using every single turn, and it was the best one, was when Terminators are moving 4 inches, when I can slingshot them 6 because of a strat and get them stuck in. So they move 6 to pile in, and then they move another 6 to consolidate into something else once they've killed it. It's so brilliant.
So what is it, a 4-inch moving unit?
Yeah.
12?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Just insanity.
They've kept the Fountain Death, which they need, because it's such a deterrent into melees.
I'm glad they've made it a double 3+ now, so it's a bit easier.
What was it before?
It was a double 4+, so they basically swapped the sustained hits and
with
the Fountain Death around. So sustained hits is now on a double 4+ or any triple, and total carnage, which is Fountain Death, is just a double 3+. Now.
It's just nice to have, isn't it?
I kind of wish it was on a 3+ rather than a 4+.
Yeah, because 4+ is
army.
Yeah, 4+ is a swing.
Especially now we're squishier.
Yeah, you could do with the boost, couldn't you? Because a 3-up's still not guaranteed.
But then again, would that make it too powerful?
I don't know. Or they should maybe have like a Total Carnage where a lot of things are Berserker related. So you could have been like, or if this unit is battle line +1.
Yeah.
So you would be on a 3.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
Even though you're 8-bound and not gain it.
Yeah.
To be honest, Berserkers, unless you're getting loads of attacks, aren't that, especially now they're on strength 4.
Yeah.
If you're fighting on death, it's like they're not going to be way overpowered anyway. So just that extra maybe +1 if the Berserkers all battle line would just be.
I think it just gives people more to think about when they're charging into Berserkers.
Yeah, because they get picked up so easy, don't they, Berserkers?
Yeah.
I mean, so incredibly easy. And they're so expensive. And, which I found out the hard way, they've lost the 5-man units. Which I just cannot get into my head how they've lost 5 units.
Because it was the best trading, one of the best trading units in the game.
Yeah. You stick a Mo in with 5 and they take on anything.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when the index was about first, when they... Oh, this was when I played them for a little bit. When the Master of Execution rolled a 3 on his D3 plus strength and attacks and damage.
Man,
and he was just absolutely mullery knights won it with 5 damage of
I
swag.
remember playing in the first ITT. I think it was it? No, it wasn't. It was the second one. And I went up against this demon player, and he had Be'lakor with a load of corn demons. I warned him about Mo because it's when the data like dropped, but we were using the old rules because it come out too late for the ITT to affect the lists. I says, this guy re-rolls all hits and wounds against your characters. Are you sure you want to put Be'lakor there? Because I'll just come in next turn and I'll pick him up.
Yeah.
He was like, nope, I don't think you will. I was like, okay.
Oh, that's the best.
I rolled it.
Humble pie.
Charged in. Rolled a 5 on me.
Oh,
D3.
yes.
I was flat 5 damage.
Yeah.
With, I think he had 9 attacks.
Yeah.
I think his sustain was activated as well, so I was just re-rolling. Dev'd him to death.
Oh, no.
So he's just, his face dropped, and I felt sorry for him, but
I warned him. Yeah,
so.
That's all I say. Like when we play, like I warned you. Like it's on you if you want to act on it or not. Because I'm here to win. I'm not here to win you by tramping you. Like I'm going to give you a heads up.
Don't do any gotcha moments.
No, brilliant. 5. I mean, to be fair, do you know what I hate thinking back on? And this gets me all the time. What I'd known now compared to what I'd known at the start of the edition, what I'd have ran, and it'd have been absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Because now we've had all the... But that's the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stuff evolves, and you try different lists, but...
Yeah, everything has its day in the sun, so as it were.
Yeah, but just thinking back to, like, even now, like, Predators are a thing. If you'd have ran all Predators at the start of the edition, you'd have just been... the Space Marine tank list what I've been running would have just absolutely dominated. Because now they're so expensive and they're still worth taking. Same with the Forge Fiends as well. When the Forge Fiends were too cheap, and then everyone was like 3, and then all of a sudden, nobody in the world had run them because they're so expensive.
Because they went up to 200 points in Chaos Space Marine, didn't they?
They did. So to finish off the Blessings of Khorne, we've got sustained hits, which I haven't touched on there. Lethal hits, which when you pair them up is a horrible little combo.
Oh, it's nasty.
And the Decapitating Strikes, which is a gangster name, and I like the fluff names, which is Devastating Wounds against Infantry. Now, this is funny, right? Because I seen that World Eater's got Dev Wounds, and and to remember this, and I also seen that the 8-bound, Exalted 8-bound, get Anti-Monster Vehicle 3+, and I'm like, and tell me now, these bastards don't get Dev Wounds. You should have swept me out, yeah. Tell me these don't get crits on 3s. And he was like, no, just Infantry. And I'm like, oh my God. Because instantly I was on eBay buying 18 Exalted 8-bound.
Honestly, so obviously back in the index, we had Advance and Charge in its place.
Oh yeah, so so they've swapped out then. They've swapped out the Advance and Charge and Feel No Pain, haven't they?
So, and the +2 move has gone.
Oh yeah, and the +2 move. But that you sort of gain now.
So Unbridled Bloodlust, which is reroll charge rolls, used to be Feel No Pain.
Oh yeah, because you can sort of guarantee that, couldn't you?
And then you're in the Rage Fueled Invigoration slot, which is the pile in and consolidate 6 inches, used to be your +2 move.
I think that sort of buffs your Demon Princes as well, because it just makes them so much more like... Shung.
Yeah. You'd slingshot them up the board, it'll be amazing. I need to still play around. I'm quite guilty of not picking it enough to consolidate pile in 6 inches. The problem is...
You move quick, though,
I've played against a lot of melee armies.
Oh, yeah.
It's more situational than you think, because as soon as you go into something, if you know that they can't... If you're going into Tau or Guardsmen, do it all day long.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to kill you. Whereas if you go into Emperor's Children or a Mirror Match or Death Guard, they're just going to pick you up on the swing back.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You're so squishy.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's no way I'm piling into any of the Death Guard stuff.
I think people are going to struggle who relied on Advance and Charge initially, because using it as a crutch, just bum-rushing the opponent. But for people who are playing passive-aggressive, just sending in waves and just giving them Just play a bit
just
smarter
yeah,
and
just
skirmish
just
a bit
feeding
more.
them, aren't you? Just like you're trickling this unit out.
You're gonna love the dev wounds way more because you think.
Well, so when I go into a list, and that, to be fair, it's kind of sad thinking about it, but I'll get the pairings up on the Wednesday or Thursday when the pairings go up for any tournament. And the first thing I look at is what's what. And the first thing I'm always concerned about is invulnerable saves. So you go into Terminators or Custodies and you think, oh, if they start making 4-ups, I'm just going to hit them. They're going to make the 4-ups. I'm just going to die on the way back. So if you can start guaranteeing stuff with dev wounds into them.
It's gross. It's like...
You get so many attacks as well, don't you? Yeah. You get so many attacks.
Especially like touch on Spawn. Spawn are
oh, yeah. I've got this noted down as one of the key points. Because Spawn have been...
This obviously runs hand in hand with the Advance and Charge. So you've still got access to Advance and Charge.
Yeah, because you haven't lost it.
With Berserkers.
Yeah, which obviously...
Which is very good.
In the Berserker Warband, you've got... What's the strat? You've got... Go on, Ant. Apologetic Frenzy. Yeah?
Apoplectic.
There we go.
They're not apologising.
No, they're not. So... And it's only Berserkers, which is interesting, because they still don't want 8-bound running up and Scout moving 6, moving 10, Advance and Charging, do they? Because that's been World Eater's playstyle for what, 12, 18 months?
Yeah, which got stale. Like, it's boring, and it's a very toxic way of playing, because if it goes off... it
can be over in one turn, can't it? We've both had games where it can be over in 1 or 2 turns.
It's not fun.
I
don't know. I think if you play them constantly as I've done, because you've obviously got different lists and armies, it just gets boring. And this is why I changed my play style in the Index to be a bit more passive aggressive and just play a bit more smart and the skirmish front. And that's where people are going to thrive in this codex, because that's what it's gone towards, that way of playing.
But that's not to say that 8-bound hasn't got a space, have they?
Because, 8-bound.
Because they're crazy good, aren't they?
8-bound staples.
They're still crazy good. I mean...
Strength 10, which is on normal 8-bound, they used to be strength 5.
5? Yeah. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? And then even the Exalted 8-bound, have got strength 10, but they get anti-monster vehicle.
Which ruin anything. Even if someone brings a Lord of Skulls to you, you still bring it on a 3+. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And if the -1 to wound, still 3+. It's anti-vehicle monster.
Yeah, it's negating an army rule, isn't it, in effect? Because loads of people and loads of tanks nowadays have got that negate -1 to wound. Yeah. So like Aldor Wave Serpents are now -1 to wound if your strength's higher than toughness. Yeah. But they're only T9. So you would be
8-bound to come up and just say,
Yeah. So you'd be winning them on 4s. Yeah. Where now it doesn't matter about any rules you've got. Which helps them, because strength 10 into vehicles isn't great.
No.
It's going to be 4s or 5s and into Land Raiders and stuff. Especially into Demons as well, because other than Angron, you haven't really got anything.
But saying that, I did a little roll-off with crunching numbers into good friend Alex Hopper's Great Unclean Ones.
Oh, yeah.
And a Slaughterbound with the Glaive and 3 normal 8-bound did 25 wounds to it.
Oh, was that using his birthday as well?
Yeah, he popped his birthday, so I don't think you kill it without the birthday, especially with normal 8-bound.
Because the Dav wounds kill him, don't they?
It's just 25 wounds. And 10 wounds came from the 8-bound themselves, which wounded him on 5s with no rerolls.
Oh. See, but then, we'll talk about Index. Index 8-bound. And they were what? Strength 15 on the charge?
Exalted were, yeah.
Strength 15 on the charge. AP3 2 damage, which, if I'm not, they pick up a Great Demon, don't they? 6-man unit,
they picked up most things, mate. They did. They were insane. The only thing that hindered them, and still does, -1 damage.
Yeah, because then all you've got then are chain axes, aren't you? You've got chain axes then on 8-man, aren't you? And that's good about the Berserker. Obviously, we've touched loads on the Berserker Warband. That's where the Glaive comes in, because having something 3 damage sometimes is so needed.
Makes a difference.
Whether it going into Terminators or, stuff with like 5 wounds or 7 wounds is perfect, because instead of taking 4 shots to go through to them, which is 8 damage, you can just pick them up with a couple of 3 damage stuff. But it's easy to get roped into all the negativity. Like anything else, people aren't happy because they've been used to it. How long have you had this Index for now? How long's the Index been out?
The codex.
No, the index. How long have we been playing the index?
When start of 10th, really.
When was that? 18 months ago or more?
I don't know. I think it's 2.5 years.
Ah!
No, it can't 2.5 years.
Can't be that long. Or am I just getting mega old?
Oh, no, it might be a year. No, you might be right.
Might be about 18 months.
Yeah.
Because... Was it here last Christmas?
Yeah.
So there's nearly, what? So we're in May now.
There's nearly 6 months.
No, I'm saying last Christmas.
Yeah, it was here then.
So there's a year and a half, isn't it?
I bet you it's nearly...
I bet it's nearly 2 years.
2 years in June next month.
Yeah. Because it was summer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So people have gotten used to that play style, haven't they? Everybody's bombed the 8-bound to death because they're so good. And the advance and charge, you can...
Now we've got jank in here.
Yeah.
People figured you out in the index because you only had one way of playing.
Yeah. Whereas now you've got all this different stuff.
Yeah.
And even though everybody's moaning that they've lost them, I think you've had a massive buff. And I've been looking at the Gore Track Onslaught as well, thinking how cool is that for getting transport?
It's amazing.
It's so good to have like a Land Raider pop through a building for a CP and just be like, right, I'm going to charge you still because I'm a Land Raider. Or a Rhino could do it and you can pay for a Strat to still charge out of it after it's moved.
What's madness in the World Eaters Codex, all vehicles and tanks hit on 3s in combat.
Yeah, but then let's talk about, which I tried this list and it didn't work as well as I thought.
Yeah, but you think, like,
all of the
Land Raider's got 9 attacks base. Hits on 3s.
And then depending on what...
8 strength, so you're winning Marines on 2s. There's no AP, but in the Berserker Warband, you're getting 10 attacks.
Strength 10. One down.
Make it -1 AP just for the fun of it.
Oh, no way, you actually could, couldn't you, because of Strat?
But it's really good in Gore Track because you stick a Slaughterbound and some 8-bound in the Land Raider, move the Land Raider up, pop the 8-bound out, charge in with both units because assault ramp, kill the screen, charge into with the Land Raider, kill the screen with the Land Raider, charge into the soft meaty goodness that you try and get to. And then after the 8-bound have killed that unit, you pop 1 ZP, you just get back into the Land Raider.
No way.
As long as you're within, I think it's wholly within 6.
The end of fight phase?
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. Where endless pursuit of violence. 1 infantry unit from your army and 1 friendly transport able to embark within. Your World Eaters infantry unit is wholly within 6 inches of the transport. It can embark within it.
That's disgusting.
And it doesn't say I don't know if this needs to be FAQ, but it doesn't say that you can't do it if you're in engagement range either.
Does it not?
No.
No way. I love how it is. End of fight phase. As able to embark within. What does able to embark?
To be fair, it might mean that you can.
No, but like, what's able? What's able mean? That it's got capacity. Within. No, but what I'm saying is like, is able like capacity or because you're in combat you can't?
Range, it might be. I do need to look into the rule. To be fair, a bit more. But
I also, while we're on the subject of stupid strats, I've seen a clip of a World Eaters podcast. Let's have a look at the Demon King and let's talk about these bloodletters.
I think this is the strongest stratagem in the game.
That's what I can't remember the podcast. Sorry to forgive me, but he says it is one of the best stratagems he has ever seen in his life. Is it the same one you've watched? I'm assuming
this will get nerfed
immediately.
It could be Art of War.
So I'm trying to find it. Where is this?
It's called Summoned by Slaughter. It's 1 CP, which is stupid.
Yeah, it is. Stupid.
It should be 2 CP at least.
Right, I've got it. So do you want to read it out, Anne? I'll let you do the...
Yeah, so any phase when the last model in a unit is destroyed...
In a unit. Not yours or your opponent's, just a unit.
A unit, any unit.
Any phase.
Before removing it from play, 1 bloodletters unit from your army that is in reserves. Set your unit up anywhere on the battlefield wholly within 9 inch of the destroyed model, not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. Then remove the destroyed model from play. There is a restriction. But it's not really a restriction.
It's so, yeah, the restriction...
Which is you can only use it once per battle round.
Right. So initially, all I'm thinking is Bloodletter Yinkard. Because you just set those blood... So the only saving grace is Bloodletters, even though they are annoying, they don't hit massive, do they? They're not like... But they do enough. They don't kill, like, infantry and... But they're not like you're spawning 6-8 down there. But what my issue is it's going to... Because people are going to be running 3 units of them, just for this strat. Yeah. And what it means is, if your opponent, let's say your opponent, draw Storm Hostile and Overwhelming Force, and you come to my objective and kill me off feet thinking, I've took this, I'm going to spawn 20 OC on that objective an inch away from you.
Because they don't hold it until the end of the phase.
Well, yeah, but no, even still, even if they did hold it right then, I'm going to spawn 20 OC of Bloodletters here, an inch away from you, and because it's the end of your fight phase or shooting phase, you can't get to them now. Now I'm going to hit you next turn.
I think there's some mental interactions with it. Another good one is with Khorne. Charge Khorne in. Khorne obviously hits, maybe doesn't kill, the unit doesn't kill. They slap back and kill Khorne's unit completely. And then, before you remove Khorne, or attempt to remove him because he gets back up on a 2+, you just go, 1 CP, I've got some Bloodletters now then. And then you wrap around Khorne, and then Khorne gets back up on a 2+. And all of a sudden you've got Khorne the Betrayer and a load of Bloodletters in your enemy's lines.
Well, how about this then? So, let's say I'm taking Triple Forge Fiend, which people are doing because Forge Fiends are crazy. Yeah. Any phase, so my shooting phase, I'm shooting someone on your home objective or your offset home objective. I've killed it, and because it's any model, I'm spawning 10 Bloodletters in your deployment first turn. Now,
it's like that meme, isn't it, when they're summoning.
Because it doesn't even say like round any like it doesn't even say any turns. So I'm just going to, and then I'm going to charge wherever anything I want, and then next turn I'm doing it again, and then next turn I'm doing it again.
Now I think with this I've made a list for this detachment, and I've got 2 Forge Fiends in it, because you want Scarbrand in your list.
Yeah. We were talking about before we knew about the codex.
And you want the Blood Crushers.
Oh, the Blood Crushers are crazy, aren't they? Really good. Especially with the Mortals on the wound.
The Lord on Juggernaut, relieving them is just...
Oh, yeah. So, obviously, for people who haven't got the codex or whatever, there's a stratagem in here now, which lets a Lord on Juggernaut lead Blood Crushers or Flesh Hounds. I don't know why you would be wanting to run in with Flesh Hounds over the Blood Crushers, but how cool is that?
In fairness, with the Flesh Hounds, he does gain uppy downy.
You're not there to action with him, because when I think of upper downy, you're actioning, aren't you?
But
you want him leading Blood Crushers. It
does not get the benefit of because he loses his World Eater faction keyword when he does it.
Yeah, but you're leading Blood Crushers.
It comes in.
You're leading Blood. How cool is that? It's not like a tournament.
Still should have got Berserkers and Juggernauts.
Yeah. Well, everybody's been saying that online, haven't they?
Yeah.
One
day.
Yeah, one day I think you'll get them. Hopefully not too far away either.
I believe there's artwork in here with them on.
Well, anyway, but how cool is it just in fluff terms to having a Lord on Juggernaut just leading?
It's very powerful. It's very powerful because I think, obviously, they're all going through walls thanks to Lord and Juggernaut.
Oh, of course they are.
And then the mortals on the charge, you're averaging, I think I've been test rolling it, you're averaging about 8 to 11 mortal wounds
into
on
what?
The charge.
Into what infantry?
Just anything, doesn't matter.
Is it not the enemy unit? Is it not enemy unit?
No, so you roll a model for each model in your unit. And on a 4+, it does D3, doesn't it?
Each time this model ends a charge move, select one enemy unit within engagement range of this unit and roll 1d6 for each model in this unit.
Yeah, so
in
this unit though.
No, in your enemies, because you're selecting their unit, aren't you?
No, it's in this unit.
Oh, is it the set? Oh,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
fairs. Then you're getting 10 dice.
Yeah, fairs. Oh yeah, sorry.
It'd be even more powerful.
It's the same as we had. In fact, we had the same exact discussion about the Custodes jetbikes the other week in the chat. Yeah, you're right. Because Terry was like, no. But so how many? So in effect, and you put the Lord with them, you're getting 7
6, because you can only get up to 5 blood crushers, I believe.
But no.
1 to 5.
No, one and then 1 blood hunter and 5 blood crushers. The Salomon packs are 3 and 6, don't they?
Oh yes, sorry, I've misread that.
So you're going to get 7.
Yeah, so
7 4. We've got no dice to even roll it out. But then, of course it has. The blood god has got the dice. But then you're either going to get 3 or 4 through, aren't you, on 4-ups?
So 7 dice gets us.
Go on, roll it, Ant. Let's see, what's you get into? It doesn't matter. With Ants rolling,
they've done shite.
With Ants rolling, they've done no mortals. No, they've done 2, and it's 2. Oh, 6
Still
mortals.
6 mortals before they've attacked.
But then imagine deleting a screen with that.
Oh, it's insane.
That's a bit better. So he's done. So 5 have gone through, and then their mortals. Oh, Anthony, you dirty bastard! Oh my God! I wish we were filming. He's just rolled 4 6s and a 5, so that's 50 mortal wounds. That's the best roll I think I've ever seen.
I know, mate.
It's these new World Eater dice.
I know, it's lovely.
But how crazy is that? Because you know World Eater struggle for delete screens.
And then you've got to think if you've got.
As if you just rolled 4 6.
Brilliant, mate. I've used all my luck up to my life now. And then you've also got if you go in, you could have if you've got
you've got
the blood
access
tithe.
to cool strats, haven't you, as well?
If you go with the blood tithe, if you've charged in and you don't kill that unit with those mortal wounds, you've then got lance on all of them.
Yeah, which is just great.
Which is the strength. Well,
no way!
6?
And you get twin linked if something's active.
5, sorry.
You get twin linked if what's active? Demonatic rage. What's that? Demonic rage, even.
Yeah, so if you've got your lance.
So if you've already got lance of activate, you get twin linked.
Yeah, because it gives you lance anyway.
So if you've already got that,
you get twin linked instead. As well as that, which is just nuts.
One thing related to big dudes, what are we thinking about? Big Ronald McDonald. Say no more, Ant. Say no more than that sigh.
He's okay.
Right.
385.
So let's talk about his points, because what was he before? 460?
435.
Oh, was he? I thought he was more expensive than that.
At 435, he was
mint.
He was mint, but he was still quite a lot of your army, and if you lose him and he doesn't come back, it was a bit of a kick in the teeth.
Yeah.
So he's lost a pip of strength.
Which,
to
be honest, is that going to make too much of
he's lost 2 pips of strength on his smash.
But then he's going to be wounding vehicles either on freeze.
And he's lost AP on the smash as well.
Oh, he used to be AP4?
Yeah.
Oh, of course he did. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. They've done him dirty, haven't they?
But he did pick up dev wounds.
Yeah, which is really good because then there's no need for AP at all. And there's no need for strength because 6s are just doing D6 last cannon hands, aren't they?
Yeah.
His abilities underwhelming, would you say, Anne?
So his Primarch ability now activates at the start of the battle round rather than
your command phase.
Your command phase.
Did it not always just be like that anyway?
No, not command phase. Charge phase, sorry. It used to be your charge
phase.
Of
course it did. But it's the Blessings of Khorne, what used to be the start of that round anyway.
So I would say the Blood God's Favour, which is a really good one, which you can, when you do a Blessings roll, you can re-roll 6 of the dice.
Is that why it's now at the battle round? Because it sort of doubles up, doesn't it?
Which is very good. I've used Dangron once. He underperformed a little bit, but the re-rolling of the Blessings dice really does help to get you those ones that you really need at the time.
Because it's up to, so if you've got a God roll, or you have a shit roll, and you need, let's say you've got 4 chances of getting another 5, having that re-roll whiffs all into it.
He's got, so Exalted 8-bound lost their fallback ability.
Oh, they lost the leadership test thing, didn't they? But he's gained it for some reason.
But he's gained it on his if you're within 6 inch of him. Again, I think personally,
which doesn't make that much of an odds.
Nicer if it was automatic.
Yeah, because to be honest, he's a monster, so you're still going to be able to shoot at him. So the fallback's a bit pointless, really. And then he's gained Morty's ability, which Morty lost, which is ignore all modifiers. Which, as a World Eaters player for a millennia, Ant, as -1, is the changing of stats that important?
I would say the only thing that's been big in the past would be the Death Guard
Oh, the double up.
and the Nurglians double up.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. Yeah, but they've lost that also, haven't they? So it's not too much of a.
So it's not worth taking, in my opinion. And his Reborn in Blood got slightly it's more than nerfed.
Yeah,
he comes back on 8 wounds like he did in 9th edition, which is fine.
You can't rapid him.
Can't rapid him anymore, which is lame. And
It is lame.
You can no longer take your blessings if you revive him.
Yeah,
which is big, and I think too big, because I think with most of the changes to some of the data sheets,
you need some of those blessings. You need some of them blessings, don't you?
Oh yes, like.
And if you're giving it up for 8 wounds on Angron, it's not worth it at all.
Yeah. Like Berserker's going into something like, if you've got lethals and sustained with Berserkers, most of the time you're picking some up.
Well, Khan, we had a mirror match this week, and Khan interrupted with 4 Berserkers and 1-shot Angron.
Yeah, he gave old Daddy Ron a spanking.
He was on like 12 wounds and he just slapped him up, didn't he? Yeah. The wounds suspended, he killed him outright. Yeah. It's just boggling my mind. And let's talk about Khan, because he is a fucking G now, isn't he?
Oh, he's had a massive glow. He was good anyway.
But he should be. He should hit this hard.
But he kind of went opposite. His strength went up rather than down in the codex. So he used to be strength 6, now he's strength 7. Strength 9 on the charge and Berserker Warband with 9 attacks.
He's so good. Damage 3.
He's got all his same abilities, other than he doesn't fart on death for free anymore.
But he gets back up, so I don't care that he doesn't fart on death. But you can fart on death because of the blessings anyway.
The only downside to him is they've took his named Khan's plasma pistol off him.
Oh, okay, but that's not the end of the world, is it?
No, it's not, but it's...
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Still a shame.
Especially because they've just named all of the Death Guard weapons, haven't they? I love him getting back up. I absolutely love that.
It's scary, because if you take...
Because he'll pick up an infantry squad. Easy, no problem.
Somebody charges you, you've got fight and death. You fight and death will calm. And then all of a sudden he just gets resurrected. And then he charges you in your turn.
And the subsequent turn. Oh, he's so good. And going back on 3 wounds doesn't matter anyway, because if you're fighting anyway, you're either taking 3 or he's dying anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
But he's just an absolute beat stick, and he's just amazing.
He's huge. 9 attacks on the charge, strength 9, AP 2, 3 damage. Can go up to AP 3. Yeah, which, having that strat, I mean, I've said it many times now, having that strat where you can make Berserkers AP 2 1 damage.
It's beautiful.
You stick Khan in there, and he's now, strength 6, AP 2 1 damage, re-rolling hits and wounds of 1.
It means that, like, if you go into someone like Terminators now,
he's picking
Marines, if they go, ooh, Armor of Contempt.
Yeah,
I'm like,
doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, oh, of course, because I've said this before, especially. You put Armor of Contempt on World Eaters and into like normal Marines, actually, AP 1. Oh, you're back on a 3-up save. Oh, so this unit's swung at you and I've done nothing. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Whereas now you can just nullify it.
Yeah. And when you declare it, they have to choose when to Armor of Contempt. So it's like, are you going to do it? If not, you're even taking more damage.
Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. It's I think that they're a lot more squishy World Eaters, but their damage ceiling has just gone through the roof.
Yeah. Proper glass cannon.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm conscious of time. It's already 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Have we got anything else you want to talk about? Oh, we touched on the spawn, didn't we? But not really.
So for those who really love their old way of playing with advance and charge, Berserker Warband is the way to go, because you get your Berserkers advancing and charging still.
Moving 8 now as well.
Moving 8 now.
Jumping out of a Rhino 11.
Yeah.
Then advancing and charging.
Can't auto advance anymore, which is a shame, but you don't need it.
No.
You're fast enough. We're fast enough. But the spawn are absolutely crap.
Aren't they good? Aren't they good?
2 to 3 in every list. Insane.
Andy texted me after playing Ant. He played him Wednesday. He was like, them fucking spawn. He rolled 11. Twice, was it, Ant, or something stupid?
Yeah.
And then suddenly they've got 21 attacks into him with sustained.
Scout 8, which is insane. Then they move 10. Then they can advance and charge.
Oh my god.
And then on the charge and Berserker Warband, you're getting strength. So there'll be strength 7, 2d6 plus 10 attacks. It's strength 5 minus 1 AP, 2 damage, which can make up to minus 2 AP.
Yeah, so realistically, if you set it up, it's going to be 2d6 plus 10 attacks with strength 7, AP 2 damage, with, best case scenario, lethals and sustains.
Which this 80-point use, say you've got, someone's got Terminators on the field or something, or some just really tough infantry. You've got devs activated. These just pick them up, no problem.
Yeah. Well, even
points.
And not only that, I'm looking at more of as a screen killer as well.
Yeah,
because it's still hard to kill as well, because they feel no pain, and it can be really hard to chew through. But because you're rocking up and doing that to him, I had it against me. It's like, oh, cool, them 10 jackals don't exist anymore. And it's first turn, and I've got everything in my deployment still. And everybody's moaning that they aren't fast enough. Trust me, they're fast.
They just tie units up as well. And if you've got compile in and consolidate 6-inch, you kill that screen, and you go and touch somebody, like you go and touch the tanks or something.
Yeah, something what you want to be touching,
or a
not
rhino
screen.
Or something like that. It's just for 80 points. As soon as they kill that screen, and maybe they die, but they hold your opponent up for 2 turns.
They've done the job. 80 points. They've done their job. While we're on the same page, what do we reckon to the new Goremongers, Ant? Because you've had some success with these, haven't you?
Yeah, so they've having infiltrators in World Eaters is huge.
Yeah.
We've still got a lot of scout, if not maybe more scout than we ever have done, thanks to the spawn and the 8-bound still having scout. But everybody's got fucking infiltrators.
Yeah, yeah. Scouts are the main. Is
because
everybody's
we need
existing.
scout so much, and we rely on it. Even now,
just having that threat, isn't it?
Just having that one
and stopping
avenue of being able to get out is huge, and it stops their scout.
Yeah. So if you don't want to get hit first, a lot of armies have got.
The way I like doing now, especially against shooty armies, is even if they've got storm hostile objective or something, first turn, or overwhelming force. What I do is set the Goremongers on the objective, and then all I need to do, if they shoot me off, I just go 1 CP. That is my objective.
Sticky. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
And then 85
and then
points,
if they want to risk coming and getting your physical off the objective, they're going to have the slap back of all of everything.
And
Berserkers and Khan.
Or they've got the nasty Overwatch of
Forge Fiends are crazy. Forge Fiends are going to get hit, aren't they?
Yeah.
150 points is too cheap. It's Chaos Space Marines all over again. Yeah, they will be 180, I reckon, or maybe 170.
I don't think they'll hit them quite as hard because you've got the packs, but they don't.
Well, they have devs, though, don't they? But I want to think on the tanks as well. How everything is rapid fire 1 million now. So we've got autocannons, rapid fire 6. We've got heavy mortars, rapid fire 2. The Predator twin las cannons, rapid fire 2. The Chaos Rhino, the combi botters are rapid fire 4. But everything's hitting on 4s.
Yeah. Forge
Fiends, and my favourite, which I'll go on to lastly, the Forge Fiends rapid fire 1 with blast, amazing. The Chaos Land Raider. Now I say this with jest, because the Soul Shatter las cannons are rapid fire 2 each, and they get 2. So in effect, this Land Raider is pumping out 8 las cannon shots every turn.
Yeah, so on average you're going to get 4.
Yeah,
like you would, which
then
is statistically better than hitting on 3s.
Yeah, which is 100% hits on a Space Marine Land Raider.
And then if you're having a good day with your dice, you're getting 8 las cannon shots, which are re-rolling the wound roll because it's twin linked. I think, aren't they?
No, they're not twin linked. The heavy bolters are twin linked.
There you go. That's how much I use the Land Raider, but it's nuts though, mate.
But strength 12. You're going to be moving vehicles on 3s anyway.
Yeah, it's insane.
So you're going to get average 3 through, aren't you?
I'm still yet to use
If you spike, you could get 6 las cannon shots through.
Oh yeah, easy.
If you spike.
But I'm yet to use this, and I'm a big fan of this. People hate the model, which is the Defiler.
Are you Big Daddy Defiler?
Yeah.
He's battle cannon.
Rapid fire blast.
Rapid fire 3, D6 3.
So in 24 inches, you're getting D6 plus 6.
With
plus blast.
Oh my god.
Strength 10 minus 1, 3 damage each. And then the Repro autocannons, rapid fire 4 as well, which is insane with sustained hits and devs. And then.
Oh, look at his Defiler Claw. What the fuck is that all about?
Buff. It used to be 5.
What is that all about?
Yeah, strength 16.
16, strength 18 on the charge. You're crazy. He hits on an Angron.
if somebody gets out of a rhino or deep strikes within 12 of the Defiler, you either shoot at them as if it was your shooting phase.
Oh no, and you can declare a charge against him. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
So if you're against demon player,
how many points is that? How many points is Defiler?
He's 180, so he's not the cheapest.
I'd get 2 Defilers in for Angron.
But it's so much
That's
fun.
crazy.
It's anti-Eldar.
Yeah.
Because it'll just pick Eldar up.
Oh, no, is anything not indirect anymore? No, this used to be indirect on the Defiler, I'm sure.
No, never.
Sure,
mate, yeah. No, never.
What am I thinking of then? The Demon one? Is the Demon Guard Defiler?
The Soul Grinder, yeah.
Ah,
yeah,
they've got
Soul
indirect,
Grinder,
haven't they?
Yeah.
Ah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking of Crabs.
But yeah, Mr. Krabs can do some damage now.
Strength 18 on the charge is craziness.
Yeah. It's just insanity, mate.
Have we got any closing thoughts, Ant?
Well, I don't think anybody has to worry about World Eaters. I think they're just going to do just fine. I don't think they're going to be meta breaking, which, to be honest, is a good thing because that comes with its own downside of getting nerfs one day. But I think what people are going to find is people are going to underestimate World Eaters thanks to all the negativity,
which is a great for you.
And then they'll just get slapped.
Yeah, nice. One way to put it.
Because they just think, oh, they haven't got advancing charges much anymore. I haven't got to worry about them. And they'll start playing closer on the line. What's
a cheeky little thing you did to me the other day so you couldn't get to me? You rapid ingress, 3 exalted with the Slaughterbound.
Yeah.
And just absolutely mullered anything they touched. So little plays like that are just unbelievable for him still. Because he's still so fast.
I still think your 8-bound, for those people who have invested in 8-bound, will have a good time with the possessed attachment.
On 6 man's worth it?
No, MSU, definitely MSU.
Because on the charge, with normal 8-bound, you get 18 attacks, aren't you?
Yeah.
With 3 models, it just blows my mind. Strength 10, AP2, can be up to AP3.
And always, I think in most lists now, you need to take at least 2 Slaughterbounds because they hit above their pay grade, which is 85 points.
Yeah, they hit super hard.
And 3-man 8-bound, like, if you're not attacking a monster vehicle, you're hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
Which is just insane on a strength 10.
Good. Yeah.
What's it? Especially when you've got sustained and lethal's activated, it's just the amount of damage you can put out with them is nuts. So people haven't got to worry about 8-bound. Berserkers are fun, even though I think it's a bad change that they went down to strength 4.
Because strength 5's always been a thing, hasn't it?
But now they just kill anything they touch near enough, especially with Kharn.
Especially with the -1 AP. You gain 50 attacks at AP2, aren't you? 1 damage with dev wounds in effect.
Yeah, it's insane. So I think everyone's going to have fun. Everyone will have their own little build of it.
Yeah.
That's what
I can't wait to see the builds what are going to come out. There's already a few knocking about already because Warhammer's Warhammer.
I think the list you'll see is 2 to 3 Spawn, 2 to 3 Forge Fiends, 1 brick of Berserkers and a Rhino with Kharn, because Kharn's they just kill anything they touch. 2 to 3 normal 8-bound squads, 1 Jackals, 1 Goremongers, and maybe like people tech in like 1 squad of exalted 8-bound with the Slaughterbounds and stuff.
Or depending on what we've seen about the Demon Princes as well.
Lord Implicatus is still relevant, even though he's lost his scout.
He's so good, though, isn't he?
But he can go through walls with your 8-bound, and he can go over enemy models, which is nuts. So if people don't respect if people just go, oh, I'm going to leave this 4 inches away.
Yeah.
Lord Implicatus and the boys come in, jump over them, and go get what they wanted anyway.
Yeah. Sound.
Right, no, thank you very much, mate, for having me on.
It's incredible. Everybody go and check out Bots of Wargaming on Facebook, or if you are local to Stoke and Staffordshire, get yourself in Leak. I'll leave a link or something in the bio, mate.
Legend, mate.
Tag you on Instagram, etc. Great lads down here. Get yourself some bargains and stuff. Or if you're looking for a friendly tournament scene, get you sent over. I'm always here. Ant's always here because he runs them. Thanks a lot for listening. Thanks to Ant for coming on. He's the guy. When World Eaters Codex dropped, I was like, Ant, I need you on immediately. So big shout out to Ant here.
Thank you for listening to my ramblings.
Oh, it's been, mate. I think the people are going to enjoy it, so thanks a lot.
Legend.